Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing an everyday makeup look. This is the look that I wear to university every day. I find it really simple. For me, this isn't a lot of makeup. For other people, you'll think it is a lot. Yeah, I just think it's really nice for summer. It's light and luminous and really brightens up your face. So yeah, if you want to see how to achieve this look, then keep on watching. To start off, I'm going to be moisturizing my face with my daily moisturizer, which is the Nivea Daily Essentials Light Moisturizing Day Cream for normal and combination skin. This does have an SPF in it, and so does my foundation, but if I'm going to be in the sun for the whole day, like let's say I'm going to the beach, then I'll use a face sunscreen as opposed to a moisturizer. I just take about this much, not a lot, and then I rub it between my fingers and work it into my skin. I'm also going to moisturize my lips with this SBR Skin Barrier Repair. I don't know if you can see that. This is for very dry skin, and I just use it on my lips because I find it super hydrating, and then I don't really have to apply lip ice or anything for the remainder of the day. I'm going to start off by prepping my skin with the Maybelline New York New Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This is my favorite primer ever. It just makes your pores disappear and your foundation goes on so smoothly. So I just rub that between my fingers. And I'm going to concentrate this on my T-zone because for me that's where my pores are most visible. And then rub the remainder of it into the rest of my face. Because I've been having a few breakouts on my chin, as you can see, great, I use this LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer in green because that combats spots of red color, and I just dot that on my spots and then I'll buff it in before I put my foundation on. I also put some on my nose because I have a slight undertone of red on my nose. So now that that's done, I'm going to move on to foundation. I use the MAC Mineralize Foundation in NC25. I love this foundation because it gives you a really good coverage, but it's not so much that you can't see your own skin beneath it. So I just squeeze some of that onto my hand like that, and then I'm going to dot it all over my face. My Real Techniques brush. I'm not actually sure what the name of this brush is, but it's basically just like a buffing brush, and then I'm going to use that to buff my foundation into my skin. Just going in small circular movements.
The world can be a nasty place.
It's important to blend your foundation down your neck so that you don't have that solid line underneath your chin and you can see where your foundation ends. So I just blend it a little bit down my neck. I then just take a little bit more foundation onto my hand, and then I stick my brush directly in it and apply it to places where I'm needing more coverage, like on my chin and nose area. So now that my foundation's on, I'm going to target some of my spots with a concealer which is the same color as my foundation. So I'm using the Revlon Colour Stay Concealer in the shade Light Medium 03. And I'm just going to put some of this on my finger and then dot it on the problem areas. What happens is if you use the wand on your spots and then put it back in, then the bacteria gets inside the whole product, which we don't really want, because then every time you use it you're going to be reinfecting your skin.
You know it, I know it. Yeah, we don't have to fall from grace. Put down the weapons you fight with.
Next, I'm going to be concealing under my eyes using the Revlon Age Defying Concealer in the color Light Clair 01. And again, I'm going to do the same thing, just squeeze a little bit out and put it on my finger. And I'm then going to dot it under my under eyes, like so, and then use my finger to blend it in.
Kill 'em with kindness. Kill 'em with...
Going to use some again on my finger and just put it between my eyebrows and a little bit down my nose. This just highlights the middle of your face, which just makes you look really luminous and healthy as opposed to having your whole face one color. Now that that's done, I'm going to set my foundation. I'm going to use this Yardley Absolute Translucent Loose Powder. It's basically just translucent, it has no color whatsoever. For my eyes, I'm going to take this Real Techniques contour brush. I really like the tip of it because it works really well under your eyes. And I'm just going to take a small bit of this into the lid and then press my brush into it. And then tap off the excess. And then press that underneath my eyes. I'm also going to use some of that on my chin, and my nose and my forehead, so just to set the center of my face. So for my bronzer, I'm going to be using the Stila Contour Kit in the shade Light. It just comes with a darker contour and a lighter highlight. And I'm going to be using the same brush that I used for my foundation, and I'm going to just take a little bit on the brush. I'm then going to just blend that under my cheekbones and up the sides of my face.
Kill 'em with kindness. Kill 'em, kill 'em, kill 'em with kindness. Kill 'em.
I'm going to move on to blush. I'm using this cream blush from LA Girl. The colors I've rubbed off, so I don't actually know what it is, sorry. Oh wait, sorry, it's velour. That's the color, and that's just what it looks like on the top. It's like a crayon. I'm just going to put some of that on my fingers and then apply some to my cheeks, not a lot because it's quite pigmented. And then I'm going to blend that into my cheeks just using my finger. Now for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you the powder products that I'd use to set this, because like before I showed you, I didn't set my entire face with setting powder because I was applying cream products over. That's another thing. Cream products usually blend better over cream products, and as do powder products. So to set my bronzer, I'm going to be using the Benefit Hoola bronzer and this buffing brush from Real Techniques. And instead of blending it like in circular motions, I'm going to dab it onto the places where I've bronzed, just like this.
Kill 'em with kindness. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead now.
Then for the blush, I'm going to use this random contour brush that I have. And I'm going to use this MAC blush in the shade Dainty. It's the MAC Mineralize blush, sorry. And I'm just going to use a little bit and do the same thing and dab it onto my cheeks rather than going in circular motions to blend it. Because we just want to set it, we don't want to add more to it, if that makes sense. So now that we've got that done, I'm going to move on to highlight. I like to use a liquid highlighter for during the day. So for today, I'm going to be using the Strobe Cream from MAC. It's It's a really nice silvery sort of color, and you really don't need a lot. That's literally all I'm going to use for my entire face. So I'm going to put that on the top of my cheekbones, and I'm going to blend it like in a C from my eyebrow to my cheekbone. I really like this product because it just makes your skin look so luminous and healthy and dewy, and I really love that look for foundation. I'm also going to take a little bit of this down the bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow. So now that our face is done, we're going to move on to eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I use the Loreal Brow Artist Genius Kit. I think the color is dark blonde, but I'm not 100% sure. It comes with a label that you take off, so I'm not really sure. And then I'm just going to be using this little flat tipped brush. What this product has is that it has a wax component here and then a powder component. So I brush through my eyebrows with this little spoolie that it comes with. I just brush them through like so, just so that they're not all over the place. And then you take the wax component first and work that into your brow to fill any gaps, alter the shape if that's what you want. I don't really do much to the shape of my eyebrows, I just fill in the sparse little bits. Then while I'm using the product, I like to take the spoolie and just brush through it. I just find that it helps blend the product a lot better and push it through your brows. Now that we've got the wax in, I'm going to take a little bit of the powder and I start sort of just inside my brow. So not right on the edge, but just a little bit inside. And I do tiny, almost hair-like strokes.
We're running out of time.
So now that my brows are done, I'm going to set them in this Maybelline Brow Drama in dark brown, which is a brow sculpting mascara. And the way that I apply it is if the hairs naturally go up, like the hairs on the edge of your eyebrow, I brush those up, and then the other ones towards the side of my face, like they would naturally fall. So moving on to eyes now. I do a really basic look for every day. I'm going to take the same bronzer that I used on my face, the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and a random fluffy brush. This is from Kayla, or Carla, however you say it, I'm not actually sure, but I get them from Decay. And I just take a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm just going to apply it to the crease of my eye.
Chasing the lies. Every day a small piece of you dies.
I'm then going to take a small pencil brush like so and dip it into the same color and brush that underneath my bottom lash line. I have quite small eyes, so this really helps make my eyes look much bigger, and it also, for my eye color, I've got green eyes. If you've got blue eyes as well, it really makes them stand out. Browns really complement those color eyes. Next, I'm going to take my Naked palette from Urban Decay, and I'm going to use the shade Virgin, this lightest one over here, and on my pinky finger, I'm going to put that into my inner corner. This really opens up your eye and it's great for a day look.
Always somebody.
I'm then going to take the next color, Sin, and using my ring finger, I'm going to put that on the middle of my eyelid. I'm then going to take the same fluffy brush I was using and just blend it all together. Next, moving on to mascara, I use the Maybelline False Lashes, the Maybelline Falsies Volume. Sorry, the printers have rubbed off a little bit. I really like the Maybelline mascaras. I think they work great. This one has got sort of an arched brush, which I think really helps to lift your lashes. How I apply mascara is that I hold it close to the bottom of my eyelashes where the roots are, and as I blink I wiggle it through the lashes and I try and push them upwards, so bring the brush inwards and up as opposed to outwards.
To be right. Your lies are bullets, your mouth's a gun.
So moving on to lips, I'm going to use this lip liner from Essence called 06 Satin Mauve. It's a really nice neutral color.
War and anger was ever won. Put out the fire.
Next, I'm going to take this Essence lip gloss, extra large nude gloss. It's in the shade Nude, apparently, that's it. And then I'm just going to apply that all over my lips.
Before igniting, next time you fight.
So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions or things you'd like to see, then please leave a comment, or you can comment on my Instagram photos, whatever you'd like to see. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and let's do this thing 2017.